What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and this might be a little bit of a longer video. I don't know. I'm going to try to squeeze it in. If I don't, I'm very sorry. You don't have to watch it all. I prefer you do, but you don't have to. Now, as you can see by the title below, we're talking about 5 things that increase your value, okay? And I know you guys know these things, but you don't fucking do them. Okay, now if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. I will love you forever. And if you want a session with yours truly, link is down in the description. Okay, Elliot Scott headquarters here. I'm going to give you some good insight that I think, again, a lot of people know, but they just don't follow through with. Okay, so number 1 is drawing lines and standards. Now, a lot of women say they do this, but there's 2 things they do wrong with it which is they don't follow through, and they say it at the wrong time. So let me give you examples of this. A lot of women draw the line, but they fear losing the guy, or they desire the guy so much that they fear losing him. So women get themselves in this situation when they just can't cut a guy off, but the guy's not budgeting either. He'll say, hey, I'm not really looking for a relationship. But the woman sticks around because she's like, well, I really like him though. Or the guy pulls some bullshit and pulls away, and then the girl comes, or the guy comes back, and the same shit's happening because you let him come back. You're letting him come back and get his spot back in line because you desire him so much. I'm telling you, women, there's logic and there's emotion. You know you shouldn't do it, but we buy based on emotion. We make decisions based on emotion over here. And this is where you struggle. You struggle all the time over here because you know you shouldn't do it, but you do it anyway. You know this guy doesn't deserve it, that he's not treating you like you wanted, that he's not meeting your standards, but because you like the guy, you're biased and you try to justify something. Well, maybe he's this, or maybe it's that, or I'll give him no chance, or maybe he's comes back because he liked me, or maybe he's changed. All that kind of stuff. And that's not the case. What is actually happening is you're conditioning the guy to treat you differently because you are not following through with your actions. So that's number 1, okay? Now, the second part of this is the timing is wrong. Whenever you do draw the standards, I'm a big believer on drawing them when they're provoked instead of saying something in the beginning. Because I think when you taint the rest of what's going on if you say something in the beginning. So, for example, if you and I go on a date and you say at the very beginning, you're like, hey, just so you know I'm not sleeping with you, that even if I'm looking to sleep with you or not, it's not about that, right? It really dampens and kills the mood. Where's the hot and cold, the sexual tension? Where's the trying to win you over and court you? The guy's job is to court you and win you over and stuff like that. But when you say that, he doesn't want to. And again, it has nothing to do with him wanting to sleep with you. It's just the vibe of saying it. It just creates a horrible atmosphere and mood. I'd rather a girl say it at the end when I make a move, such as trying to kiss her, and she can push me back and say, hey, as much as I want to do this, I know myself, and once I start, I won't be able to stop. Say something fun, sexy, cute like that. Don't say it in the beginning, and then the rest of the, it just kills the vibe the rest of the time, right? You're supposed to go out and win each other over, test each other, fill each other out. But if you say that in the beginning, it just taints the rest of the time. Another example is a woman bringing up a relationship in the beginning. Why are you bringing that shit up? I just started dating you. I don't know what I want, right? Now, when I say that, every guy wants a relationship. It just depends on the right girl. So when a guy says, I want a relationship, or I don't want a relationship, either way, what he says he wants one, he does. You just might not be the right girl. But when he says he doesn't want one, I think he's lying because everyone has a price, right? If the right girl comes along, he will commit. So just don't say it in the beginning, because if I only met you 2, 3, 4 times, like, again, I don't know what I want with you. And let's just say I come out and say, you know what? Yeah, I do want a relationship. A lot of women think just because I say that and that we're talking, it's moving towards a relationship. Maybe I am looking for one, but you know what? You're not the one I want it with. or 2 months down the road, I'm just not feeling it anymore. Just because a guy, and women need to understand this, just because a guy says it, it doesn't mean you're qualified in that you got the security of there being a relationship. It's based on attraction. The more attraction there is, the more willing he is to go through with things with you, right? You dig holes, things fall in place. Now, that was a little all over the place, but that's number one, okay? 5 minutes in, that's number one. Jesus Christ. Number two, we'll make this one real fast. Couple words. Look good. That sounds sexist. It sounds objectifying, but I'm not here to, to be your lesbian dance theory teacher and tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you the facts. From an evolutionary standpoint, I'm about attraction. Take society aside. I'm about attraction, okay? There's a reason guys are so visual, sexual, and physical by nature. We like symmetry. We like curves. You can say I'm objectifying you. Okay, I don't mean to. I know there's a lot more to a woman. I'm not saying there's not. Just because I'm talking about the looks doesn't mean that. I'm just saying, value-wise, there's something a guy looks at. So as much as you don't like this, it's true. Looks just matter, ladies. I'm sorry to tell you. Number three is, I'm looking at the paper down here, is being highly sought after. Now, this is a very important one. If you're not highly sought after, act like you're highly sought after. Why? Because it creates scarcity. Listen, if a guy knows you're not going anywhere and a guy knows you're wrapped around his finger or that you're really digging him, why would he commit? It's buying time. He can have his cake and eat it too now. He knows you're not going anywhere. He knows, when a woman says, oh, I'm not talking to other men. Okay, great. You know what that means? You're not, I am. Because we probably met on Tinder. I'm still swiping. You could be upset about that, but I'm single. I can do what I want. And you told me you like me. You're not going anywhere. I'm going to keep talking to women on Tinder. Okay? And there's no scarcity because you have no other options, because whether you want them or not, you're just not looking for options. You told me there's not. So I'm going to take my time. What I'm trying to say is that there is no urgency for him to make an action or a decision, okay? Because women are so tied up on one guy. They put this guy on a pedestal. But instead, if you act like you're highly sought after, then you can actually make a guy... And again, this is a great way to pressure a guy without actually pressuring him. Because you're not telling him, hey, you need to make a decision, buddy. No. He needs to play a more defensive approach, meaning, well, if I want her, I need to make a decision quick because she's highly sought after. I need to take her off the market before someone else does. Okay? Now, a lot of women don't like this because they're saying, well, what if he doesn't make a decision? Well, then he doesn't make a decision, and you got to move on, right? Number four is... I talk about this all the time, and I'm going to touch on it that much. Assets versus liabilities. If he feels like his life is better with you in it than without, then you got yourself a good chance to be with the guy. If he really, really likes you and you're adding a lot of benefits and you're filling voids in his life that other women cannot fill, right, then this guy's going to be highly attracted to you. Assets versus liabilities. You have to add more value to his life than take. And a lot of women think they add a lot of value, but the things they tell me they add, a lot of other women can add, right? Like sleeping with them. He can sleep with any girl. A good personality. A lot of women have good personalities. Good sense of humor. A lot of women have good sense of humor. Good conversation chemistry. Guys have a lot of chemistry with a lot of women. There has to be something specific. Has to be something unique, right? So, for example, if you like to travel and you have a lot of free time, and he likes to travel and has a lot of free time and is looking for a travel buddy, that works, okay? That's a good example of filling a void. And last but not least, I would say this is most important. Stop worrying about losing him. Women always get put in the position of no power because they have nothing to negotiate. Again, you fear the guy so much, you shouldn't fear the guy, that's not good. But you desire the guy so much that you fear losing him. And because of this, so many women are afraid to, I gotta make this video fast because the woman's coming. So many women are afraid to make the decision to cut the guy off when they're not getting what they want, right? Sometimes you just have to do it, okay? So with that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.